This seems to have been creating quite the social media stir, and specifically on Twitter. It seems to be very well
Oh,
received.
it's hilarious. I'm going to give you the elevator pitch for it, okay?
All right.
So the premise is this: about 15 years ago, um, these four women, three roughly middle school age, and one grown adult, are abducted and put in a bunker by a crazed preacher in Indiana, who tells them that the apocalypse is about to happen, and he's chosen to rescue these four. And so they just live the next 15 years of their lives from about the early 90s to now in this bunker. Uh, and he forces them to wear these like Amish dresses and very kind of like, you drank the Kool-Aid kind of a thing.
Yes.
And at the very start of the first episode, they get busted out after 15 years by the SWAT team. So it creates this fish out of water thing. So not only are they 15 years misplaced at a time, after the opening title, we catch up with them and they're being interviewed on the Today Show. And on the way back to the airport, the main character, Kimmy Schmidt, decides, you know what, I have to start over anyway. I may as well start over in New York. And she tells the guy driving them back to the airport to pull over. She gets out of the van and goes off on her merry way. So you have this naive Midwestern country girl who's 15 years misplaced in time in the middle of present day New York City. And that's the jumping off point. And just shenanigans ensue from there. And it's Tina Fey is one of the producers. She has a cameo later on in the season. And there's 13 episodes up. We got through them in 2 days. We couldn't stop watching it. It's
Excellent. Excellent.
hilarious.
I'm very grateful for what Netflix has done as far as picking not only picking up series but creating original content.
Yeah.
And yeah, I know they set the bar very high with, of course, House of Cards. Uh, I'm not. I haven't watched much of Orange Is the New Black. I know it is very popular.
I've seen a few
Uh,
episodes. It's pretty good.
yeah, it's good. I just haven't seen enough to get myself fully invested in it. I will say the biggest misstep that they've had so far has been uh, Arrested Development,
Mm,
and it, it's kind of like one of those things where if comedy has had if that sort of comedy hasn't been able to continue, it's not going to age well. It's not. This isn't a cellaring type of comedy and story, and everything seemed very forced, and it lost a lot of its spirit uh, from the first three seasons.
but I've seen some of Development, but not enough that I can even call myself a fan. But my understanding is that a lot of the new season, most of the cast members aren't even on screen together because most of them are big stars now, and so it was difficult to get them. None of their schedules could align.
Yeah, and I know I think there are still talks of the Arrested Development movie, and I think had they been able to do a movie uh, a few years ago, it would have been better. But being off the screen for about, I want to say, 8 years
Yeah,
at that point in time, 7, 8 years didn't help it any. So you had, I mean, and the funny thing is, some of these characters aged or did things to themselves where they don't look the same. Specifically, Portia de Rossi, who had some very, very ill-advised plastic surgery, and specifically probably like a facelift or something of the sort, and doesn't even resemble the person that she was, seemingly.
is that the mom?
That is the sister, the blonde.
Oh, okay, okay.
So, and of course, you had Michael. Well, Michael Cera is kind of just that perpetual baby
Yeah,
face,
he's super baby faced.
and okay, he could age and not really notice. But his cousin maybe certainly, you know, grew into a lovely young woman, and yeah, she definitely aged some. I think got a little taller, but it just didn't age well. It's kind of like, oh boy, you be careful what you wish for, everybody.
You kind of wonder if it had done better if they might have tried to greenlight Firefly reboot or continuation.
Oh God. Yeah. Oh, I would have loved that. I really would have loved that, and maybe it's just because Firefly was very lucky to be so brief and have everything count in that time span, and then have a movie that did a nice job of continuing that universe.
Mhm.
That would have been nice. I mean, it's to me, it's almost like let's try. What if sci-fi decided to go pick up Battlestar Galactica again? I think that would be a disaster. Yeah, or just do something in that universe. I think that would be horrible. It just wouldn't fit. Too much time has passed. It's not to say it's not relevant, but it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. Oh.
God, I wish that show was ended so much better than it did. I really do. And that's probably one of the biggest regrets that I had no part in doing except watching it and just consuming it passively. Ah,
Battlestar or Firefly?
Battlestar.
Ah.
Ah, it still bothers me. I want to watch it and see if it changed. Maybe it changed. Maybe the story changed a bit and everything's better. And I got this ending that I wanted.
Ah. Oh yeah, it did.
Were you a
Did
Lost?
you get the memo?
Were you a Lost fan?
No, I never got into it. I did
Okay.
find out that like once I found out like Paul Dini wrote on, I was vaguely interested in going back and looking at it because I know it's all up on Netflix. But
Yeah. Uh, to me, loved it. Was a very very late comer to the series. I think I crammed the entire season in right as the last season was finishing up.
yeah,
So definitely had the time investment into that, or excuse me, the short time investment, but uh, did watch every episode just like everybody else.
mm.
Only to find that maybe about the same time, 3 weeks ago or so, uh, producers, writers were saying, "Yeah, we didn't know what we were doing. We didn't really care.
Yeah,
People were just going to enjoy it," and that really got me mad.
yeah. I saw the that news story a while back too.
Like, oh, really? You're going to do that? You're going to tell everybody that you didn't care and you were just making it up as it went along? Thank you for that. Mm,
Like, you
I
got to
hate
be.
you too.
That's why you got to be wary of anything that comes out for like summer sweeps that suddenly becomes a hit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oof. 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 Frustrating.
yeah.
Let's see. Anything else you've been really up to?
Oh, let's see. Last time we talked, did we talk about the South Park game?
The Stick of Truth?
Yeah.
No.
No. So I picked up Stick of Truth a little while ago, and it's a quick play. I finished it up inside of like a week, just playing for an hour or two a day. Um, but it was one of those games that I what's the phrase here? I'm one of those.
The hype machine was going.
Well, like, I'm just like I'm a discount game player. If it's not something I've been hotly anticipating, I'm more than willing to wait for a price drop to pick it up. And South Park was one of those games for me. So I picked it up. I got a copy for like $10.
Nice.
And this is not meant to be a discouraging comment, even though it's going to come off that way. I'm very glad I didn't pay $60 for the game.
Nothing wrong with that. I've had plenty of buyer's remorse for day one, week one retail prices, only to be dramatically let down.
Yeah. Now that said, having only paid $10, $15, whatever I paid for it, I feel like I got more than my money's worth. The game is number one, most importantly, fun to play.
That's good.
Number two, just as a fan of South Park, particularly when that game was coming out, because I've fallen out of South Park. I'm not current on it anymore. But
Mhm.
particularly being a fan of when it came out roughly in late 2013, I think it was, um, it's hilarious. I was thoroughly entertained both as a game playing experience and as a South Park experience.
Ooh,
Like,
good.
and I've been seeing a lot of I follow a Twitter account, it's Cheap Ass Gamer, I
Hmm.
think is what the handle might be Game Deals or something like that. But I've been seeing a lot of tweets from them about like, oh, South Park Stick of Truth is X amount of dollars at this retailer. So there are still plenty of copies for it that they're trying to get rid of. So if you haven't picked it up yet, it's a great time to do so. And if you're a fan of South Park at all, it's it's a fantastic game. It's hilarious. Um,
Very cool. I remember just the sheer anticipation for it. It seemed like it was so built up for it.
yeah, but I mean that said, not a, I mean I don't feel like it was rich enough to merit being a $60 title. Like maybe if they had launched it like 40,
Mm,
that type of thing.
yeah.
But but it was I get it for my 360, and I would wake up on a weekend day and just be like and just be like, yep, got to play South Park. I don't wake up and immediately want to play a video game. That's not something that I do. So any game that can elicit that kind of a reaction from me is doing something right.
Very cool. Good.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah.
Take his recommendation. He knows. It typically Will knows what he's talking about. Typically.
Sometimes, not all the time. Occasionally, once in a while, one time.
Blue moons, they occur. They occur too. So, let's see. As far as what I've been playing, really was able to get through as soon as I put my mind to it to get through Omega Ruby.
Hmm.
I got through it rather quickly, and I don't know how I feel about that. Certainly, XY changed the dynamic with how fast you can level up your team and how the story progresses. Omega Ruby and respectively Alpha Sapphire continued that trend, and I it's kind of scary. Either time is seemingly passing faster and faster, which I think we can all, as we age, attest to. I guess that's kind of a good thing for a game like Pokemon, where gone are the days of old where you were spending 200 hours, 300 hours into a game.
Yeah.
And oh, look, you can have a fully, level 100 team or a fully bred team in about half that time, quarter of that time.
Yeah.
So you take the good with the bad, and I know there's a song there, but oh boy, times they are changing. Our on-demand society is infiltrating the world of Pokemon, and I don't know how I feel about that.
I mean, for me, like this year is super busy for me. Just between like I'm planning my wedding and things like that. So
Yeah.
like I haven't even gotten my 8th badge yet on my copy of Omega Ruby. I just got to the legendary event. I'm playing Omega Ruby, so it's the Groudon event.
Yes.
Um, so and the game's been out since what, like November,
Yes.
late October, something like that. So like I'm clearly taking my sweet time with it. I'm pretty much just playing it like occasionally on my lunch break, and I'll play it for a week, and then I'll set it down for a while, and then I'll come back a few weeks later and play a little bit more. Um, but I, because I'm just sitting here and playing it in quick dollops, I kind of appreciate the fact that I can advance the story as quickly as I can.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, it is nice like that. Because I pretty much did the same thing. Fast forward, rewind. I should say fast forward. Rewind a few weeks ago, and I was in the same position. So
Yeah. So, but still, like, not to say that it's unenjoyable. I think part of the thing is that it was so quick. There was not even a full year, I think, between the release of X and Y and the release of Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. Am I crazy?
yeah, no,
So,
I don't think there was.
like maybe it's a little bit of franchise fatigue. Just that I mean, like I don't feel like
Yeah,
I have to get through the story again that quickly. So
yeah.
I'm just taking my sweet time with it, and I you know
Do you get Game Informer?
no, I don't.
Do you follow them on Twitter?
No.
Okay, typically they have a few good. They do a good job as far as a lot of some of their editorial stuff. Certainly, their web content is much more on than what you would get in print. They did someone wrote a editorial on I don't need a redo of the